Welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of Write What's Real. I am Natasha T. Brown, author, ghostwriter, book coach, and your writing advocate. This year, my goal is to help as many people as possible write their books and inspire you to write your books, okay? And even if you're not writing books, let me just say that writing, period, is important. So every Monday night, I have these conversations with amazing authors of nonfiction books where we talk about life, we get real, we talk about how to truly just kind of boss up through our books, through our brands. We have transparent conversations. Write What's Real is a talk show for the writer soul and for the viewer soul. So tonight, our special guest is Timea Gaines. And Timea is somebody that is just so special. I am always very, very inspired by Timea. She is an author of 2 books. She is a cancer warrior, so she beat cancer. We're going to talk all about that tonight. She is an entrepreneur. She's the founder of a company called Love Life Media. And many of you know Timea from her event that she does every year called She Rocks. And so tonight Timea is going to talk with us about her book Be Masterful, but more importantly how she mastered her mind, body, and soul for the fight of her life. And so she's going to share how you're going to do the same thing. So if you are in a fight for your life, if you are, trying to basically beat something, overcome something, become an overcomer, this is the episode that you definitely want to watch. I want you guys to share this video with 3 of your friends, or you can just share it on your timeline, right? And it'll hit everybody. But tonight is going to be so fun, and I am extremely excited. So let me know that you guys can hear. If you are here live, give us some cute little emojis while we bring Timea on. Give us give her a round of applause. Give her some emojis. Even if you are watching in the replay, we still want your emojis. I dropped my piece of paper, but we want you guys to give us some feedback. Let us know that you are here. So I'm bringing Timea. Hey, Timea. Hi.
Hi, Natasha. How are you?
How you doing? Hold on one second. I think my volume is really low. Okay. Hi, girl. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am awesome. Look, I have my paper and my notes ready to talk to you and everything.
Yes.
You look so pretty. I feel like we're like almost hair twins today.
I know. I have to have the faux locks.
I love your locks. I was just thinking about getting some more this morning. I was like, you know what? I think that's going to be my next hairstyle. Yeah. But they're so pretty. You look beautiful, and you're getting ready for your big event.
Yes, thank you so much. So do you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so introduce the people. Hey, Lawan. Hi, Chris Brown. Hello, Ebony, Alicia, everyone who's here live. Welcome.
Hi, guys.
We want to make sure that we can interact and engage with everybody. So come on in and say hi. Make sure you're sharing the broadcast. Timea, introduce the people to yourself. Let us know what you do and talk about Be Masterful.
Hey, everyone. First, I have to shout out everyone I see on here. I saw Tehran come on here. Hey, my Kwa. Hey, Terry Lynn. Hey, guys. What's up? Thank you for having me, Natasha. I'm so excited to be a part of this. I am Timea G. Well, most people know me by Timea G, but I'm Timea Gaines. I am an author. I am a brand strategist, but I'm also I would call myself someone who is just like a crazy faith walker. Faith drives my life. So I'm really excited, and I feel like that's at the forefront of who I am. And of course, She Rocks, which is an event that highlights and celebrates women in the arts, which I've been doing this is the 6th year now. So I'm super excited about that as well. But yeah, I'm just me. Little old Timea G. That's it.
There is nothing little about you, Mama, except maybe your body size, but you are such a big personality, and I love it. And I've been rocking with Timea since day one.
I know. Back in 2013, when I first started, Natasha was there.
I sure was. I remember that first event, and I was super impressed by the first event, and I knew that every other year was just going to be so amazing. So I am just I love everything that you're doing with She Rocks, but we're going to talk about that in a second. before we get to She Rocks, let me just pull up this book, Be Masterful. I actually had the ebook of Be Masterful, and oh yeah, you have it. Okay, so show everyone the cover.
Hey, everyone.
Look at that. Yes. So Be Masterful is Timea's guide. Let me just get the description out. So Be Masterful, Timea Gaines, if you haven't known already, she is a breast cancer survivor, creative marketing maven who didn't allow the battle of breast cancer to defeat her. During her process, she graduated with a master's degree. Woo, 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 woo. And she threw one of the biggest events of her career, She Rocks, all while learning and maintaining positive thoughts along the way. This book is filled with lessons and affirmations that helped her speak and think positive while enduring heartbreak. So, Be Masterful has 21 affirmations and lessons, several lessons that people can gain. And it's some things that you kind of coach. It's how you kind of coach yourself through. So talk about that journey of your process of writing what was real with the book Be Masterful.
Absolutely. I think one of the biggest things and one of the biggest mantras that I live by, and even when I was going through my cancer journey, is that your mind arrives at a destination before your life does. And I think a lot of times we're overworking ourselves spiritually, emotionally, like physically. People don't realize how much energy we're putting out from day to day, just from the stresses of life, like going through different things. And for me, I came to a place where I realized if your body is broken, your dreams can't function. And, you know, we're just not physical beings, or we're just not spiritual beings. There's so much that make up who we are. And so a lot of people may master one area of their lives where spiritually they're super, super strong, but physically they're not taking care of their bodies, you know, or emotionally, mentally, they're not taking the time to take care of themselves. And I understood, in order for me to master my life, I have to be able to dominate and master every part of who I am. So spiritually, I had to strengthen myself. Emotionally, I had to strengthen myself. Mentally, I had to develop mental agility. Physically, I had to get to the place where I realized that my body is a temple. And I can't say, it's so crazy, because I heard this guy say to me one time, we were having a conversation, and I asked him, why isn't he an entrepreneur yet? He's like a talented seamstress. And so I asked him, I was like, why aren't you an entrepreneur yet? You're amazing at what you do. Like, you can make mad money. And he said, you know what? Because I don't have any discipline. Until I can lose 150 pounds, if I can't master my body, how am I going to run a business? And I don't think a lot of people think like that. And so I just realized that even while going through my journey, if I could get my mind there, my body would follow. If I could get my mind there, like, my spirit would follow. And so I think it's the first step to developing mental agility is to strengthen your mind and strengthen your spirit, and then everything else will fall in line. So, I mean, that is the gist of why I, wrote this book and how I use it to master my life daily.
Absolutely. So, Timea, you kind of went into this already, but you battled cancer, and I've personally heard you talk a lot about faith and how faith was such a big component of surviving and just becoming like a cancer warrior. So, can you talk about the importance of faith? Because I'm a person who believes that faith, number one, is like just the cornerstone of life. And I also believe that writing is a spiritual practice. And so we're going to get into that a little bit later. But I just want you to kind of talk about your faith, and if you felt like you had enough faith going in, or did you have to kind of have a pep talk with yourself like, hey, I'm going to get through this, and kind of readjust?
No, I felt like I had to have faith, from the beginning. Like, I would lie if I say the process wasn't hard. The process was definitely difficult, and going into something like cancer, you're not, especially at the age of 27, you're not, I don't think you're ever prepared for a traumatic event like that. But for me, it was just like the first thing that I automatically thought was, yo, like, I need faith like that's going to be able to pull me through this. I mean, like faith, like Job kind of faith. And for me, it's crazy to me how like a lot of times we can say like we believe in God, or like, you know, we have faith that something is going to happen, but it's regarding minor things. So it's just like, oh, I have faith that God is going to help me to pay this bill. But when it comes to things that people say or deem are like impossible, it's just like, I don't know, I'm so afraid. And it's just like, what do you really have to lose by implementing your faith? Like, what do you really have to lose by activating your faith and saying, you know what, I'm going to try this one time, just this one time, to actually believe God on his word. And it's just like, we say we believe, but we don't really believe like we should. And I didn't have anything to lose. Like, I was facing a traumatic illness that, to me, like I had no power to control the outcome. And so it's like, either you choose to believe and have faith and activate that faith, or, you know, you could choose to doubt. And for me, you know, faith and doubt can't exist in the same space. Faith and fear can't exist in the same, you know, place at all. And so for me, it was just like, this is the only option I have. The only option I have is to activate my faith. And I mean, that's just where it started for me. And in order to do that, and in order to get my mind there, because I'm still human, I'm still flesh, I still, you know, face moments where it was just like, oh God, I don't know, this is looking kind of crazy. But I studied, like I practiced, you know, studying people who had crazy faith. And Job was one of those people. So I studied the entire book of Job during my cancer journey. Like
that is so important to me, and it's so funny. I'm really glad you brought that up, because you know, we can say I have faith until it's time for your faith to be tested. It's time to put your faith to work, and not even just a test. It's really like working your faith, and we don't think about faith like that. Like, I want everyone to get in the mindset here that you have to work your faith. Faith doesn't matter if you don't work it. So Timea had an option, a choice, when she got that diagnosis, and now we believe that we are healed by that, by the stripes of Jesus we are healed. And so she received a diagnosis, you know, but she didn't have to accept that diagnosis. What she instead did was say, no, you know what? God said that I'm healed. The word says that I'm healed. Jesus calls me a healer. So I'm going to work my faith and take my faith off the shelf, take my faith out the Bible and work my faith, and I'm going to be healed by my faith. And so there's somebody here, and you know what? And I'm so glad. It's like, this is such a timely interview, because on Thursday with our 10 blessings call, I mean, our call, we do these every week, but this was like a healing call. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, on Thursdays I host Awakening Your Gifts. It's a podcast and it's a call, and we had so many people who needed healing on Thursday, and we literally just released words of healing, scripture of healing, and people receive healing. And so I want you guys to know that Jesus in the New Testament, he releases that healing. He gives us, we can send the word and people can be healed. But what happens is we hear it and we say, okay, I'm healed, I believe it. But then the enemy's job is to come and try to steal that word and to steal our belief and our faith. But Timea, no matter what she saw in the natural, she had to exercise her faith and know that she was healed no matter what the diagnosis was. Is that kind of how you would describe kind of what happened in the spiritual realm, Timea? Can you hear me?
I think for me, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. No, I was saying, I think for me, it's like a matter of, like you said, I would say speaking and activating the word. I don't think people realize how powerful the word is. And if God said he honors his word above his name, and that his word doesn't return unto him void, but it's going to accomplish everything that he sent it out to do. And if we are in the image and the likeness of Christ, and we're using that word and we're sending it out, when we speak it and when we believe it, we have to believe that there's going to be a manifestation of those things that we're speaking, period. And I don't think that we
Amen.
realize how powerful our words are. And so absolutely, I think when you know, speak the word, when you speak in faith, when you speak in confidence, when you affirm those things that you know in your knower, like, things can't help but to turn around for you. Things can't help, the world can't help but to like shift in your favor because you're speaking the word of God, you know? So absolutely.
I love it. Okay, so Timea, what is the biggest hindrance to being masterful? So yeah, what hinders people from being masterful in different areas of their lives?
Fear is the number one thing. Fear is, I mean, I can't say it enough. Fear is decapitating. Like for me, when you start to speak and move and operate in fear, you stifle yourself from growth. You stifle yourself from the freedom to be able to believe and to walk in the whatever it is. It may not necessarily be healing. You know, it may be a boost of like confidence, self-esteem that you need. It may be the freedom to be able to walk away or walk out of a situation or walk out of something. It does not always have to be, you know, a thing of like you dealing with a terminal illness. It could be a bill. It could be a spouse. It can be a relationship. It could be a friendship. It doesn't matter what it is. But the moment that you operate in fear, you're halting yourself because you're allowing, you know, that false evidence, those things that people have projected on you, or the things that the enemy tries to, like, the mind is a terrible thing to waste. And I think a lot of times, you know, it starts in the mind, that negative chatter, and, you know, that fear of what if, or, you know, what if this happens, or what if things don't turn out necessarily the way that I envisioned them to turn out. And it's just like, well, why are you operating in the like what ifs? What about the right now? And if we can learn to redeem our right now, like instead of focusing on what we feel may happen, then we'll see
Yeah.
how God is able to move. But, you know, the word says that God has not given us a spirit of fear,
Of
but of
fear.
power and of love and of a sound
And
mind.
a sound
So
mind.
a lot of times when I was beginning to feel that fear rise up, I was just like, all right, God has not given me the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. I have a sound mind. You know what I mean? And so you have to start saying those things to yourself. Master your body, master your mindset, discipline yourself to get into that frame of mind. Like, I'm not just going to receive what people project on me. I'm not just going to receive the negative things that are trying to come around me or to rise up and cause me to walk in fear, but I'm going to walk in faith. Like, I'm going to walk in confidence. This is who I am. So yeah, you have to get that mind together, man.
Got it. That everything starts in the mind.
Yeah.
Everything. So for those of you who are just tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. You are tuned into Right West Radio. I'm Natasha Brown. As you can see, we host these powerful conversations every single Monday. We have transparent talks with authors of nonfiction works. And this week, our guest is Timea Gaines. Tamia is the author of Be Masterful, but bigger than that, she's a faith walker. She has crazy faith. She is an entrepreneur, founder of Love Life Media, and the founder of the She Rocks event.
Woo!
And so now I want to switch gears. And so I want you to talk a little bit. And before you do, hi, everyone, and thank you. I did see some earlier comments. So, Felicia, thank you so much. Lawan, shout out to you, Miss Lady. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you guys have questions for Timea as you hear her talking, then go ahead and post them. Give us some emojis. Let us know you're in the room. We like emojis, you know, all of that.
All the love, all the love, all the love.
All of it. We want love. We want love. That gives us motivation. Okay. So tap the screen with your little love hearts and press some emojis in this chat room. Okay. Thank you for that heart, whoever that was.
Yes. All the love.
And share the broadcast. Share the broadcast. Yes. Okay. So Timea, oh my gosh, every year you do this amazing event during Women's History Month, and you celebrate and honor some really powerful women and girls that you've honored in the past as well. And so I want you to talk about She Rocks, and it's coming up. Okay, I'm
I'm so
excited.
excited. Yes. I'm so super excited because first of all, She Rock started as a complete accident. It really was supposed to be just a blog feature of women in the district who were in the arts industry. And when I started to do my research and I found that less than 20% of women visual artists were being showcased in Smithsonian's and museums around the world, I was just like, this is a problem. Like, I know so many amazing women who are doing incredible things. And I just got really, really tired of feeling like women were underexposed in male dominated industries. They were made to feel insignificant because they were a woman. So I felt like they were made to feel lesser when they were doing great work. And it wasn't subpar, and it had nothing to do with their gender, but it had everything to do with their skill level, their experience, and what they brought to the table as a creative or as an intellect. And so I was just like, okay, I'm going to bring the community together, and we're going to celebrate these women, and we're going to let them know that they're phenomenal, and we're going to let little girls know that their dreams are valid, and we're going to celebrate women in the arts, because I feel like it's our creative ingenuity that allows us to birth so many great things in this earth. And women are natural like nurturers. We're natural creators. And so why not celebrate that brilliance? And I feel like when women invest in one another, whether that's through celebrating, each other, whether that's through a compliment or whether it's a monetary investment, we grow our net worth. We grow our ability to continue to create and replicate greatness in the earth. And so that's what I'm all about. And that's why this event is so important to me, because I want to give women who are underexposed the opportunity to be able to expose their gifts, to collaborate, and to create together while people are celebrating them. And I love you, Ayo. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, hello, Ayo. Okay, so when you guys go, like being at a She Rocks event, okay, real quick, where is the event, Timea, and how can people get? And I want to kind of set the scene, like, yeah, where is the event at? It's a museum.
So the event is at the District Architecture Center, which I love. It's just an open concept space, beautiful art gallery, like open windows. I love this venue so much. It's located off of 7th Street, Northwest DC, so near the Chinatown area, not too far from the Verizon Center and everything else that's popping. So I really, really love the venue, but that's where it's going to be this year.
It's so beautiful. Like when you go in, the atmosphere of She Rocks is like you see artists like painting. You see, women just kind of socializing. There's food. There's, a fashion part where people are like, having fashion shows, and Timea honors amazing women. There are performances, really powerful movers and shakers speak. This year, one of my really close friends, Tamea's cousin, Caressa J, is the keynote speaker. Oh my gosh, it's just going to be amazing. So can people still get tickets? Because this is weekend, right?
Yes, it's this weekend. People can still get tickets. And if they, so for her story, which is on Friday morning at 10 o'clock a.m., if they type in the code EMBRACE HER with a capital E and a capital H, they can get $12 tickets. And then this Saturday's event is the actual She Rocks event from 6 to 9. So you guys come out. Tickets are still available. Invite your friends. Yes, men can come too. I hear that all the time. Men are there, boys, girls, grandmamas, grandpas. It's a family-friendly event, but it's super.
Where's the website? How do they get tickets, Timea?
So you can go to sherocksevent.com/tickets, or you can just go to Eventbrite and literally type in She Rocks 2018, and it'll pop right up.
Awesome. I'm typing this in.
Yay. You guys have to come check it out. We have some amazing like female artists who are going to be performing this year around, and I just think it's so dope and it's amazing. Yes, get your tickets to She Rock's event.
Yes, I love it. Okay, Timea, how can people get your book? How can they follow you? Where can they find you, Mama?
Okay, so this book, Be Masterful, you guys can go to Amazon and get this book. It was on Amazon's bestseller list for short reads when it first came out. And I know for those of you who hear me say, I vow to carry the weight of my dream, no matter how heavy it gets, I will remember that it's mine. That comes from this book. There's so many things and so many affirmations and quotes that really got me through not just my cancer journey, but just as a woman in general. So you guys go and grab this book. If you're working on developing mental agility, if you're working on developing positive thinking, a positive mindset, so that you can activate your life in a way where you have discipline over your mind, body, and spirit, I definitely encourage you to go to Amazon.com, type in Be Masterful or Timea Gaines, that's Timea, and last name Gaines, Gaines, and the book will pop right up.
Awesome. I love the book. Okay, one last question. I ask everyone a question like this. This is called Write What's Real. So
Okay.
if you had one tip, one piece of advice to give to an aspiring author, someone who is thinking about writing their story or writing their truth, something that's important to them, what would you say to write what's real?
What would I say to an author, aspiring author? I would say to know the power of your own voice and to walk in the confidence enough to declare something that is uniquely you into the atmosphere. And what I mean by that is a lot of times we kind of scale back, especially when it comes to writing or sharing our stories or sharing our truths, because we're afraid of how people might perceive us. But when you write what's real and when you write what's authentic, you don't scale back, but you have the confidence to declare something that is uniquely you into the atmosphere. So it doesn't matter what someone else feels about it. It doesn't matter what they think about it. Because as you write, you're curating culture. And as you curate culture, it doesn't matter, what people feel about what you're writing. You are writing what is distinctly you. It's your voice. It's your essence. It's your truth. And no one can take that away from you. And when you write that into the earth, you're declaring something new. You're bringing a perspective. You're bringing a fresh and a new world view. And I think that authors need to book is going to be the same. Not every book is going to be accepted by everybody, but because it's uniquely you, it's something new that's being birthed into the earth that's going to help somebody else.
Beautiful. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh, Timea, you blessed me. Oh, our viewers are saying that you have blessed them. Tonight has been such a great conversation. If you all miss any bit of it, I want you all to go and watch the beginning. We're going to also put this on YouTube and share this broadcast now. Can we get some commitments? Who here is inspired now to write? Who is inspired to write? Whether you are journaling your journey, whether you are writing a book, writing to inspire someone, writing letters, writing a blog, I want you to be inspired. Use this conversation to be inspired to write, because Timea really kind of mastered her mind, and she was able to put that into a book and teach us all. So thank you, Timea.
Thank you, Natasha, for having me. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Okay, I'll see you later, Timea, and good luck this weekend. Not good luck, blessings, many blessings.
Yes, thank you.
I know it's going to be a great event.
Thank you so much.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, everybody. So next week, we are going to be back on Monday night with Right What's Real. You just heard from Timea G. I'm super excited. You guys need to go and check her out. Follow her if you're not already, Timea G Official. And I want to thank you all for tuning in. Next week, we're going to get serious. We are going to learn how to get an 800 credit score. Okay, we're going to have author Miranda Davis here. She's going to be talking about her new book, How to Get an 800 Credit Score, and it's going to be important. It's going to be huge. Okay, so everyone who wants to kind of improve your credit, come back next week at 9:30 Eastern Time on Monday, and I will see you all later. Let me know if these videos, if these conversations are inspiring you in any way. God bless you guys. Have an amazing night.